Hey, what's going on, guys? DLegend here. So I wanted to make a quick video for you guys to talk about new setups that come with the new buff cap to plus and minus 15. And obviously the buff cap's been out for a couple weeks now, and the new Kairi medal's been out for a couple weeks now, or a week now. But I haven't had time to make a video just because of final exams and like a bunch of other things for school and other things in life going on. So I wanted to spend a few minutes to make a video for that right now. But before I do all that and talk about all the updates and stuff, I just wanted to say thank you guys for getting me to 400 subs. It does mean a lot to me. Obviously 400 isn't a crazy high number or anything. We're still a super small community, but I'm thankful that you guys have helped me to get to this point, guys. It really does mean a lot to me, and I'm just hoping that we can keep climbing and keep getting bigger. Obviously, the goal of me making videos for Kingdom Hearts Union Cross is to provide free-to-play content for you guys and to show you guys that free-to-play players can compete in this game, even while being free-to-play, and have fun while doing it. So hopefully you guys keep on supporting me and the channel, and just remember to invite your friends and share this channel and video with your friends so we can keep growing and keep getting bigger. Anyways, guys, while I take a quick study break right now, let's do a video on setups and stuff. But before we do all that as well, I wanted to talk about a few quality of life improvements and updates that have happened. If you guys don't know about these already, you're kind of behind. So first of all, you can go ahead and instead of unlocking each thing individually here, like this, and taking forever to do so, they've released a feature where you can unlock all the coins from the board that you click, as long as you have all the coins, obviously. So I'm not going to do this for all of these here, but you can just unlock all of them if you have enough coins at once, which is nice. And then it doesn't work if you don't have enough coins. So let me go to the raid board real quick and show you guys what I mean by that. So I haven't gotten enough coins for this board here, so I can't hit unlock all, and I'll have to unlock them all individually, which is going to take forever, so I'm not going to do that right now. Obviously use your coins if you can't get to all the coins that you need for each board. Use them up, but it just saves some time for everybody that can unlock all these nodes. Next up, let's talk about the subslot optimization, which is super cool as well. And we'll go to, might as well go into PvP or PvE for this, because I'm gonna go through PvE with you guys real quick after this as well. So instead of having to put medals individually in like before, where you had to go swap out medals by yourself, and sometimes you would miss some of your higher tier medals that would give you more subslot multipliers, you can just hit this button here, and it'll make sure that you have all your best medals in your subslots, so you get a higher subslot multiplier. So a good example for this, I think I left this one untouched. So you see now it says 0.446. Hit that and it'll get to 0.672. Obviously it depends on what you have for your subslot multipliers, but make sure you guys go ahead and do this for all your Keyblades and update them as you go along. It's just a lot easier to do it this way than to individually go through and pick out different subslots to optimize by yourself. But anyways, yeah, we're going to go ahead and talk about setups for Coliseum, for PvE and PvP, as well as for some harder events that are out, like the Dragon Maleficent event that is out right now. So, where do we start? I guess I'll show you guys my traits for this setup that I've used here to get where I am in Coli right now. There's a few main things that I want to talk about. First of all, overwrite medals. So overwrite medals are super... They built this mechanic in early enough to make it so that Xion EX Plus and Kairi EX Plus kind of have an expiry date, which is super smart of them, but it's not super helpful to have these medals with extra attack, obviously. Because they don't do anything, they just overwrite what they already have. So the way you can tell if it's an overwrite medal or not is by looking at this. So it says here, for one turn, strength PSM strength and upright strength will all be up to 7. And so that kind of just tells you that it overwrites. So if there's no arrow here, let's say for this guy, so it says there's an arrow for Prime Cloud here, so that will tell you that it's not an overwrite medal, and that'll actually increase your strength by 3 tiers, your upright strength by 3 tiers there, and your power strength by 7 tiers. Whereas medals like Kairi and like, where is he? Yeah, like Ira will overwrite all your attacks. So you do not want to use these medals later on in your setups. So that's why I'm putting my Xion here, because for this particular setup I'm using my main damage dealer is going to be my Sephiroth, just because it has pretty good traits for Coliseum at this point in time, and then HD Naminé is literally only there to copy the buffs that Sephiroth provides. So getting my reverse strength up to max is super important, and I can do that through using this to get it to +7 and then -7 reverse defense for the enemy, and then using a Sephiroth to get all my reverse strength up to max by using nominated copy, if that makes sense. So in that sense, copy medals are super duper useful still, and if you want to future proof yourself, I would highly suggest the next time a copy medal comes out, copy banner comes out, to pull from the copy banner a couple times instead of pulling for like this frozen stuff that's coming out right now. These frozen medals are pretty useless, to be honest with you. They're obviously nice for a collaboration event, and they're nice to just have in your collection if you're a collector, but other than that, there's no real point in having the medals. So that's what I have to say about those right now. And there's no high score challenge right now, so there's no incentive to pull for those particular medals for me. And then I have... so this setup's kind of weird because it's an upright and reverse setup. I wish I had a better example, but this is what I've been using in Coliseum to get me to where I am. So let me just show you guys what I mean by this whole thing. I don't know if I'm explaining any of this clearly. It's kind of a mumble jumble right now. But basically, get your buffs up to max like before. Instead of having just Kairi and Xion EX plus, you just had Kairi or Xion EX, and you would have to mix and match to get your buffs to max or as high as possible. So over right there, don't need to double cast it. I'm using Kairi EX here, not necessarily for the upright strength. Obviously the upright strength helps for Prime Cloud later on, but what I really wanted to do with Illustrated Kairi EX is get my general attack and general defense down to max, and also my PSM attack and defense. So Naminé's going to do 0 damage here, which is pretty crazy considering she has ground and extra attack. I guess the fact that she's a tier 5 medal basically makes her useless in this. But now you can see I have max PSM defense down on the enemies and max reverse and general on the enemies. And then by using the actual cast of Sephi there, I can get up to max reverse buffs. Here I'm trying to get my my upright, the enemy's upright defense down to max. That's why I'm using this EA copy medal. As you can see here, he's only at -7 now, he's at -14. And then I'm at max upright as well, thanks to Illustrated Kairi EX, and also my Prime Cloud copying, what's his face? My HD Vanitas copying my Cloud. So I can one turn that one. I don't know if I can one turn this though. Yeah, basically try to get your buffs up to max, and obviously that's easier said than done sometimes, but just make sure you read the medal descriptions properly. A lot of the newer Prime medals, like the tier 5 ones, are really good for that, and I'll show you what I mean by that after this. But KH Cloud is a beast here, as you can see. And then let's use our Supernova just to show you guys how much damage it does right now. Absolutely nothing. And let's use a regular Nova. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, so I can't one-turn these guys right now. Gonna need some combo procs, but that's fine. And I'm still top 1,000, so hopefully we stay that way for the rest of the month. I won't be here for the end of the month, so it's going to be hard to actually play this game when I'm on vacation out of town, so we'll see. But yeah, that's that. And then let's talk about PvP as well. Obviously, you're going to need all your defense boost still, so if you have defense boost 4, and DB4 max on your Kairi and Xion, I would highly suggest just keeping them on there instead of throwing them onto your new Kairi if you have the new Kairi. Obviously I don't, so these are the medals that I'm using. And these are the setups that I'm using for this week's PvP. This previous deluxe ranking week I finished top 2,000 I think, so that's actually not a bad result considering everybody has Kairi now and stuff. And I'm sure I beat like a bunch of people who have the new Kairi, so that's pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, let's talk about these setups as well, I guess. So for PvP, it's basically going to be, if you don't have the new Kairi, it's going to be basically impossible to get max buffs for everything because of all the things you need to consider. Number one, you need a defense boost medal. So I'm using my Xion in this setup, and because it's very similar to my PvE setup, I'm going to be using that there, and then I'm going to be using Kairi EX. I have another one here. With this one's 6-star with extra attack, which is actually super nice. I got extra attack on this one when I was doing pulls for the new Kairi, and so I guess they were just, Senna was throwing me a bone for not getting the new Kairi. Naminé actually does damage in PvP, which is nice. And then Sephiroth obviously here for the supernova and obviously the attack itself. Anti-form with ground. Again, ground isn't super useful in PvP, but it is nice to have, I guess. And then I'm going to be copying Psyx Plus with extra attack and ground and aerial. This is my best setup. Obviously, you can move these around. I wouldn't put them first. Like, I wouldn't put this blade first because a lot of people can probably beat my blade here on their fairy stars at least. And yeah. So this is my throwaway setup because I don't have another DB4 max. I do have Gula with DB3 max though, so that's what I'm using there. And then I'm going to use Repliku to copy Gula, not for the buffs or anything, but just because it has DB5. Got Prime Woody here to get me as much upright defense and upright defense down on the enemies and upright attack up for me as possible before using Diz here. And Prime Roxas Xion here, as well as Prime Riku Roxas here with extra attack. This is my throwaway setup, guys, so don't worry about that. This is my second best setup for this week. And so I've got Kairi here with another Kairi here not copying, with extra attack. So I can get myself to max upright buffs as soon as possible here, especially because of this Prime Medal that has extra attack. So Prime Medals with extra attack are fantastic right now. They're your best friend in terms of being able to get your buffs to max if you don't have the new Kairi, because the upright strength and the upright defense down on the enemy is going to be super useful. So try to pair your Prime Medals with Illustrated Kairi EX if you have it with extra attack, or Illustrated Xion EX if you have that with extra attack. If you don't, then just use your KH2 Kairi EX Plus or your Xion EX Plus to get yourself up to 7 and -7, and then you'll be able to use these afterwards to get your basically max buffs for upright or reverse, depending on which one you're using, obviously. These still have a place in this whole scenario though, so make sure you use these for your general attack up, which is also super important. And then your damage dealers can be your last like 2 or 3 medals probably. That's the case for me in this particular blade at least. I could run through a PvP with you, get like 1 round of PvP with you guys, but I'm not sure if you guys want to see that right now. And yeah, what else do I have to talk about? Oh yeah, one other thing that I really wanted to mention was the fact that this guy here with basically perfect traits for PvE is super nice. Whoa. Super nice to have because of the double strength. Like the double strength helps so much more than not having strength. So let's run through this with this setup, because you guys saw my other setup earlier, and I'll show you how much damage KHUx Plus does compared to Cloud that we showed you earlier. And keep in mind, KHUx is a tier 8 metal, and Prime Cloud is only a tier 5 metal. This surprises the heck out of me. So that basically tells you that strength is super important in this entire thing. And so yeah, keep that in mind, guys. It's not all about having ground and aerial anymore. Obviously those are super important for high level PvE, but strength is just as important once you get higher, I guess. I don't know how to explain this any better than I've already tried to articulate, so that's it for now, guys. I hope I covered a few things. Alternative metals that you can be using other than your Kairi and Xion would be, what else is there, to be honest with you? I don't know. I don't know. If you have extra tech on any of your metals, look through those, because a lot of the times newer metals will have pretty decent buffs attached to them, so try to pair those with your illustrated Kairi and Xion EX pluses and your illustrated Kairi and Xion EXs. Yeah, make sure you don't have like your regular KHUx or whatever buffer you use there before you use an overwrite metal. So overwrite metals would be Xion EX plus, this new stained glass metals, or the new foretiller metals. So make sure you put your overwrite metals first, and then have your other buffers after that, so you don't overwrite yourself accidentally. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say, guys, for now, I think. I honestly don't know what else I could tell you right now. My brain is half dead right now because of finals and stuff, but again, I just wanted to make this quick video. It's not that quick anymore, but just wanted to make this quick video for you guys to thank you guys for number one for getting me to 400 subs, and to hopefully help you guys out with some setup and stuff. I'll leave you guys with this silver ticket pull, and yeah, hopefully you guys have a good rest of your days, and good luck with finals if you guys are also in school like me. Yeah, that's basically it, guys. I think I got like 2 tier 8 tickets from, and like 9 tier 7 fairies from, like 7 tier silver tickets and 3 gold tickets, so that's pretty trash. Anyways, catch y'all soon, guys. Have a great day. Peace out, guys.